His conduct was considered so bad that the hearing officer, Julius Menaker, stated that a teacher should not have to be warned against improper touching his students or asking them for synonyms for oral sex. Yet it took the Dover Grove School District nearly $135,000 to fire Stephen Wright because of his tenure. And actually, to this day, he still teaches because his files were kept confidential, as reported by Scott Reed of the small newspaper group. This is one of the reasons I believe tenure is an outdated system and needs to be replaced. Today I'm going to cover 5 different areas in which I believe support my claims. There are lower wages for young professionals. Some teachers and unions don't agree with the current tenure system. Public taxpayers oppose tenure. It prevents school districts in troubled economic times and declining enrollment. And K through 12 teachers sometimes just need to log time in. As a teacher, I want to be assessed by my performance just like I'll assess my students. In his New York Times article, The New Deal for Teachers, Michael Pirelli explains that young professionals don't want to teach because the compensation package favors lifers with lower wages but more benefits in retirement. Teaching is also very, very difficult. With federal, state, and local governments always inside the classroom, it's very difficult for teachers to do what they got to do. And Noah Birchley cited in his 2000 survey, Teachers and Ethics, that 55% of teachers and 47% of union members agree that the tenure makes it very difficult to get rid of bad teachers. We need to be able to find a system that promotes the people that want to teach instead of the people who are just logging time to get to retirement. Next, taxpayers don't like the system either. They're the ones that are paying our salaries for the most part. The taxpayers are the heart of the school district, and without their financial support, of course, no one will have a job. In his 2011 Washington Post article, The Public Weighs In on Public School Performance, William Howe found that 49% of Americans oppose tenure while only 20% support it. And 86% of university professors agree that it's very difficult to get rid of underperforming teachers because of tenure. Near and dear to our hearts in Iowa is declining enrollment in rural areas. This makes it very difficult for school districts to make the hard decisions and almost makes them impossible. Marguerite Rosa summed it up brilliantly in her 2006 article, Must Enrollment Declines Spell Financial Chaos for School Districts, by saying tenure prevents districts from being financially flexible, especially in declining enrollment and economic downturns. We have to figure out a way to get rid of tenure and build a basis for assessment and not just time as serving. Finally, does hard work even pay off? As a young aspiring educator, I believe that my performance should be what is most important, not the amount of years that I've spent teaching. And Daniel Wisby reported in his 2009 article, The Widget Effect, that while university professors must show contributions to obtain tenure, K through 12 teachers need only to stick around long enough to reach the tenure milestone in order to receive it. Again, this is an outdated system that was fine back in the 1940s and 1950s, but in today's ever-changing and diverse world, we must adapt and overcome. In recap, today I covered 5 different reasons on why I believe tenure is an outdated and improper system, including lower wages. Teachers and unions don't like the system. Public opposes it. It prevents school districts from being flexible, and K through 12 teachers are not held personally responsible. Finally, it's an ever-changing and diverse world, as I previously stated. You must adapt and overcome or be left to die like the rest. And I believe that the tenure system is something that should be just left to die and replaced with a system that is based on assessment and not just the time that you teach. Thank you. Have a nice day.